Mr. Investor, welcome back to the channel, baby. Today we're going to be talking about Microsoft acquiring a new company and why I think they're collecting more data than ever. So Microsoft has just announced that they're going to be purchasing this company called Nuance Communications. This is going to be a $16 billion deal for the speech recognition company Nuance. So we're going to be covering this in the video today. We're going to figure out why do they want to buy a speech recognition company and who else is on their cards. But before we get into that, my name is Miguel and I look for the biggest, juiciest growth stocks. I also give up-to-date market news. So if you're new around here, please hit that like button, click that subscribe button and hit the bell so you never miss a video again. And if you're able to support my channel, please click the join button above my head. It's only 99 cents and it helps me create great content. Or if you'd like to support my videos, please join the Patreon group. The link is in my description below. And I've also got some free stocks for you. So if you want 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850, all you have to do is open the Webull account with the link in my description box below, put $100 into the account and you can get some juicy free stocks. So who is this company Nuance and why is Microsoft buying it? Well, according to CNBC, this deal is $16 billion worth, and what they want to do is actually utilize Nuance's technology in Microsoft's healthcare cloud products. Microsoft sees this data as so useful, so valuable, they're willing to pay the premium, baby. 23% over Nuance's closing price on Friday, $56 per share. Nuance actually skyrocketed around about 17.5% during the early hours of the day. So let's take a look at what Nuance offers. They are amplifying your ability to help others. So they've got artificial intelligence solutions that are going to transform the way we work, connect and interact with each other to advance the effectiveness of your organization and further your positive impact on the world. So Nuance has got a range of kind of AI solutions for businesses. In that CNBC article, they are saying that Microsoft is heavily focused around that kind of Microsoft healthcare cloud system and they want to collect more data than ever probably. So if you look at Nuance, what they do is they use AI solutions to actually transform patient care for physicians, radiologists and hospitals. So how they do it is they've got this kind of automated AI system that they put on the wall. It works off of voice recognition and it can record all the data and provide swift solutions for physicians and the patients.
Family member and is able to generate a progress note and a patient encounter based on your conversation.
What it has enabled is that I can pay attention to what you are saying, because it is very important for me to have the empathy and you to feel as a patient that you are telling somebody who actually cares about you.
Hey Dragon, start my standard order set for arthritis pain.
The idea of a computer that can listen like in Star Trek and just hear what's going on and make sense of it and slip into the background and listen, but only interject when necessary. That was for a long time a fantasy.
I would say before, in a typical week, I would probably spend 6 to 8 hours documenting, just simply dictating and signing notes. I bet that my time has been cut into half, if not thirds, because of Nuance now.
It takes the hands-on time that the provider has to spend with the computer and puts that time back with the patient.
It really takes a lot of that manual work out of the patient encounter and just allows it to happen kind of naturally.
So imagine that's one of their solutions for hospitals, physicians, patients, and apparently they work with around about 85% of Fortune 100 companies. That is a crazy amount of companies. They actually have 2,350 issued patents, 1,600 research and development employees, and they're used in over 45 plus countries. If we go back to the main page and we go down here, we can actually see that they provided chatbots for the C-19 pandemic. This saves a lot of cost for businesses, but it also gives customers peace of mind with information. Then these figures are a massive down here. They're working with over 10,000 healthcare organizations worldwide and they're working with some big brands. So it's not only just healthcare, but they also get insight into universities, they also get insight into banks, and they're also working with Verizon down there and the Australian government. For banks, they're currently utilizing Nuance's system and it's basically to detect fraud. It's costing ridiculous sums and it's risen by like 56%, the losses due to fraud, and that figure is worldwide. But also if we look at the UK alone, there's been over 190 billion pounds lost to fraud every single year. So generally what's happening in the world for verification for banks and lots of digital wallets is they're going to start to utilize biometrics for payments, also for identification. So that being said, they can win their fight against fraud. So imagine if you have physical biometrics like facial and fingerprint biometrics, as well as voice biometrics, you can even have linguistic biometrics, and you can have behavioral biometrics. Collecting the data by the way they type, by the way they use their keyboard and mouse, the way they hold, swipe or tap on their device, device. This kind of data is mind-blowing. Literally, if they actually do the intonation of that individual, they build out the profile, the way that you swipe your finger on your screen, looks like Nuance system is going to be super useful for certain banks. And with all of that data, what do you think is going to happen? Microsoft's going to be collecting that data together, building a behavioral profile, facial recognition, biometrics, all that data, throwing it in there, baby. So fundamentally, they stated on CNBC that they're going to be using Nuance's technology in healthcare cloud products, but there's also another interesting acquisition that may go through. There are rumors of Microsoft in talks to reportedly buy the chat app Discord for $10 billion. Discord as well. So when we're having fun, when we're, engaging in the community, having chats about BNGO, baby, Microsoft can collect more and more data. And also Microsoft will probably collect the data of your dance moves if they actually got TikTok through the acquisition, but that deal was derailed. So I'm going to let you guys watch the video of Microsoft talking, the CEOs of Microsoft and Nuance.
Satya Nadella, Mark Benjamin, CEOs of Microsoft and Nuance Communications. Great to have you on CNBC this morning. Satya, get straight to this. Nearly $20 billion deal inclusive of debt. Give us the rationale and how important specific industries and depth and knowledge in those industries are as you build out this AI-driven cloud strategy.
Good morning, John. It's fantastic to be with you. It's a very exciting announcement for us. If you think about this, it always starts for us with our mission to empower people and organizations. And in this case, it's about healthcare. It's about the patients. It's about doctors. It's about health outcomes. And Nuance and Mark and team have done a fantastic job of taking perhaps the most defining technology of our times, artificial intelligence, applying it in the most critical of industries, healthcare, and doing it also with that platform-first, partner-first approach. And so for us at Microsoft to bring everything that we have done in healthcare over the years and over the decades with Nuance, with partners, is what this deal is all about.
Tell us about the timing, Satya, because you look at Nuance's stock chart, it's had quite a run over the last year. It seems like there might have been a possibility of getting it cheaper a while ago, and I know you've been working with them for a while. A lot of their new innovative services are built on Azure. So what's the opportunity that you see for growth in the future, both in healthcare and to take some of what Nuance has been doing in this very complicated area and perhaps extrapolate it out to other verticals where you're also looking to grow?
Right. Coming out of this pandemic, John, we are going to see some real structural change. We've already seen in the pandemic a massive acceleration of digital transformation. But coming out of it is going to be real structural change across industries and in healthcare in particular. So, for example, this particular opportunity, when you think about the provider market, in order for us to keep improving health outcomes and reducing costs, digital tech is going to be key. We have participated in it as Microsoft on the IT side. But what Nuance and Mark and team have done is take that most critical part, which is at the point of care, and really transform it with integrations with Epic, Cerner, and all the critical EHRs. And so to us, it'll double our total addressable market as Microsoft going forward. Not only will we be able to serve all the providers with everything we do in Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365 Azure, but Nuance will be able to help us deliver these AI-first solutions for doctors and radiologists and overall clinical decision support in partnership with the rest of the ecosystem. And
Mark, you've been on a tear. Why sell? I mean, not just the stock price, which we like to look at, but as you noted in the last earnings call, your net promoter scores 59 for software. That's really good. There's a lot that you've been doing on the acquisition front. Say, Cara has some really, really innovative software that lets physicians really be a lot more efficient. Tell me why sell.
Yeah, thanks, John. I mean, we've been working with our partner Microsoft for the last couple of years, and we have big ambitions here at Nuance. And the more we work closely with Microsoft in developing our Dragon Ambient Experience, or DAX, which will change the way medicine is delivered, the patient-physician experience, we just saw an opportunity to really, to create hyper-scaling opportunities on a global basis. And we're purpose-driven here at Nuance, very similarly to Microsoft. So the opportunity to really take, our AI capabilities alongside of the cloud-based capabilities that Microsoft and Azure and the Power Platform and Dynamics we really feel there's a great opportunity. We're not only solving the industry's hardest problems, but in healthcare, as one example, we believe we can create more access to care, and we believe that is a great calling for the two companies to come together for.
Gentlemen, congratulations. I think this is a huge deal. And obviously, Saudi, if you think it's going to double the TAM, it's amazing. I wanted to know, Saudi, what do you think about the idea? You've never been able to crack the near oligopoly of Cerner and Epic. But if you can somehow get their data, which, frankly, Mark already has great deals with them, wouldn't you be able to make it so that we would, as individuals, know exactly, we can put it on our watch, we can put it on our PC, which, of course, is a Microsoft PC. We can make it so that everybody would be able to be in control. We would be in charge of our health care if you guys pull this off. What do you think?
You know, Jim, I come at this from fundamentally empowering, enabling the providers. Because, you know, as tech companies, sometimes we overstretch what technology on its own can do. Ultimately, I want my healthcare to get better because of great doctors spending more time with patients. And so the approach we are going to take, Jim, whether it's what Nuance has taken and what Microsoft has taken, is historically work with the broad ecosystem. In this case, EHRs, Epic, Cerner are critical. To your point, they build the databases, which then get used by the Providences and all the other healthcare providers in the world to provide great healthcare. So I think sometimes we kind of think about this as somehow one party doing it all. I just don't think complex industries work like that. Complex industries work to better everyone if there is a real ecosystem approach where everybody does good stuff in their swim lane versus trying to stretch and do everything. So that's at least how we will approach. We know something about AI, Nuance knows something about AI, we know about cloud, we know about data. EHR vendors like Epic, Cerner know about databases in healthcare. All that ultimately, though, is just technology to help providers.
And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're able to, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and always remember, none of this is financial advice, it's for entertainment only. Thank you so much for watching. Mr. Invest a Lot, over and out, baby.